In this episode, we explore Redrock Canyon and Death Valley as we travel across the Mojave Desert.
We find the limitations of our hire car.
Thank God nothing was coming on the other side. And we pass a vast plain graveyard in the desert. So, our American adventure so far? Well, we've been to San Francisco and then we flew to Vegas. From Vegas we've been to Death Valley. And we stayed in a place called Beatty in Death Valley, which was a bit of a one-horse town, wasn't it? Yeah. We had lovely food there. The motel was basic, but that was absolutely fine. Then we moved on to another place called Ridgecrest, and we stayed the night in a motel there. We're still in the Mojave Desert. It's absolutely stunning, the landscape. We both of us feel like we're in a western. Rob's enjoying driving the car. I've not wanted to drive the car at all. But this is some road trip, I can tell you.
We picked up a hire car from Vegas and made the short trip out to Redrock Canyon. It was well worth it. Peg, where are we?
We're in the middle of the Mojave Desert.
Right in the middle. 1 litre of water, they've told us.
Because we're in the desert, you've got to have 1 litre per person per 1.5 miles of trekking.
Our GPS doesn't work here. There's no phone signal, but we do have a little map that they gave us. So worst case scenarios, Peg, we can use the map.
And I will eat you.
And one of us may be eaten. Give it Peg's Game for Adventure or Rob's Game for Adventure in the next episode.
You'll know what's happened.
You'll know one of us has been eaten. Let's see what we find here.
Why do you think they call this Red Rocks, Rob?
Just got no idea. It's a mystery to me, Peg.
So all jokes aside, Redrock Canyon got its name from the sandstone rocks that you can see all around us. They were formed over 180 million years ago. An area from southern Nevada, Utah and Colorado was covered under massive sand dunes. So these sand dunes eventually shifted and moved and cemented together to form these brightly coloured hills. And what cemented them together was iron oxide, so that's why they've got this distinctive rust colour. We left Redrock Canyon to head towards Beatty because this was the gateway to Death Valley. our motel recommended Smoking Jay's BBQ. We arrived and there was a table full of police officers, so we felt reassured that this was a good place to eat. The food was simple but tasty. We had smoked brisket, mac and cheese and a couple of slices of bread with pickles.
Death Valley is the hottest, driest, lowest national park in the USA.
Despite its name, it's home to a diversity of wildlife. We only saw lizards, try spotting the one in this photo, but there are plenty of other animals that have adapted to this environment, including bighorn sheep that can go for days without water. There's also mountain lions, jackrabbits, desert tortoises, geckos and iguana. It's also home to a number of species of snake, including the infamous rattlesnake.
Death Valley is situated in the shadow of the southern Sierra Nevada mountains, southwest of the USA.
Death Valley is in the Mojave Desert and is named after the Native American Mojave people who lived there.
It's 54,000 square miles of desert and is bordered by the San Andreas Fault. It is sparsely populated apart from the major conurbation of Las Vegas, and it stretches eastwards, out from there nearly as far as Los Angeles.
Both of these cities have impacted negatively on the fragile flora and fauna of the desert. Both of them have used areas of this pristine landscape as landfill sites.
Where are we, Peg?
We're at Zabriskie Point. We're in Death Valley, and behind us there used to be, about 3 to 5 million years ago, a lake, and the whole area must have looked really, really different. It's just as dry as a bone now.
The view from here, just looking down there, is absolutely incredible. I mean, this is otherworldly. It looks like something...
A moonscape.
A moonscape, yeah. It looks like something out of a science fiction film.
Because there's just so little water anywhere to make it green.
Now, it's going to be a very hot day today, Peg.
Yeah.
We started off early this morning. It's 7:30 now, 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, and
it's all, the sun's up. I can feel it absolutely burning me now.
He's nearly thinking of taking his jumper off.
I might take my jumper off now. That is how hot it is at 7:30 this morning. So we've just met this gorgeous couple here in Death Valley.
Yeah, I'm Dorian. This is Clemens.
Hello.
Where are you from?
Yeah, we are from France.
Ah.
Yes, in the south of France. And now we actually traveled for 3 months in USA. Start in the west and go to the south and east and north, all around the country. That will be amazing.
We're really
beautiful.
Excited to be here, and we are really happy that we met you.
Too.
Yeah, we're happy to meet you too. It's been good.
How lucky are we? And where are you off to next?
We're going to Las Vegas.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And then
Quite different.
Yeah,
Yes.
will be completely different. And then we are going to do like a tour of the Western National Parks, starting with Redrock Canyon, and all the way to Arch, and then Monument Valley, Grand Canyon, and
Wow.
and then we continue afterwards.
Yeah.
Come on, so
Nice
we've got a
travel.
top tip about buying the tickets to get into the national parks as well.
Yeah, so if you want to travel to the US, you can buy the annual pass. So it's $80 and you have access to all national parks, national forests and so on. And you can buy directly the first national park you go to.
Visitor center, yeah. And
It's
that's a
really
nice-
convenient
nice tips.
and cheap.
And that
Cheaper.
is, I'll just come on camera. That is fantastic news because we paid $30 to come in here, and if I'd have known it, we would have got an annual pass and saved some money when we go around the other parks.
Yeah, it's
A
for
whole
1 year.
year,
So
isn't
even
it?
if you go home and then you come back, you
Yeah.
can still use it.
It's been an absolute pleasure meeting you today.
Yeah.
Pleasure to.
Yes. Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And we
Good.
look forward to seeing you in France in
Can,
2025.
can
You're
people,
welcome in
can
France.
people follow your journey as well?
Yeah.
They
So
can follow us on Polar Step if they want. It's Clemens Dorian, and we called it Autour du Monde. It's
which means around the world.
around the world.
Oh, fantastic.
More than 5 million years ago, repeated volcanic eruptions blanketed the landscape, depositing ash and minerals.
The volcanic minerals were chemically altered by heat and water, causing this artist's palette of colour that splashed across the slopes.
I just wanted to tell you something about this car, this hire car we've got. I mean, I've never had a car like this before. It's quite incredible. So you can set the speed, that's pretty normal. Take your foot off the accelerator, whatever speed you want to do. But it also steers around corners on itself. I could take my hand off the steering wheel and it can drive in a straight line, it can go around corners. It will set a distance between us and the car in front as well. So I could even if I've set the car to go faster than the car in front, it'll slow down, maintain the distance, just drive around corners, move the steering wheel. It's really weird, but I love it. Heck, we ought to get a car like this, a self-driving car.
Sounds better than my driving.
Oh. It doesn't always work in every circle. It doesn't always work, apparently. Just test it.
Thank God nothing was coming on the other side.
Baymont Motel Ridgecrest included a basic breakfast at Denny's.
You probably can't make that out properly, but to the left there's like a plain graveyard. To the right there's a wind farm. It's quite a spectacular place, this.
Rows of planes that have obviously been parked up in the desert to preserve. We later found out that this area is known as a boneyard or graveyard for retired aircraft. Apparently the dry conditions of the desert reduces corrosion. Next time, we hit the Californian coast and get our kicks on Route 66.